So today, Ro was like, we should do a MFM
But lesbian
edition. And for those of you that don't know what an MFM is, it's a threesome with two men and a woman, and basically the men don't interact sexually.
Yeah. I would like to do that with one of my friends in Malta. Like, I would like to have an MFM with me and one of the lads and a very beautiful, well endowed.
Hello. Hi guys, and welcome to 149 of the Tutus podcast. I'm Nana.
And I'm Ro.
And together we are Tutus. What are you doing?
Twos. It's giving face. Okay. It's giving cunt. Twitter has had their knickers in a twist this week because of it's giving cunt.
Is this Beyonce?
No, do you know the ballroom scene? Obviously, you haven't. Obviously, me, I follow a few ballroom things. I've been to a couple balls with Noah, boom. Yeah. So I know their lingo a little bit, yeah. And they always say cunt. Even Noah always says it in general. If I look nice, he goes, it's giving cunts. It's a good thing. Feminine, butch queens. The butch queens are giving cunts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's cunty, whatever they say. And Twitter, they've said things like, all week they've been saying things like, give me an example of giving cunt but TFL, for example. Or give me an example of giving cunt but in masculinity. Give me a cup. Did we just been doing dumb things?
Why are we trying to take something from a community and make it?
They don't know what it means. So people have been taking the piss out the word, saying that, this word, I don't hear it ever again. It's making me uncomfortable. The word cunt is disgusting. But
it means something else. I know, like, do you know what? Cunt, the word cunt is a word that a lot of people don't like. Like, just
in the English,
that context, in just like in the insult, they don't like it. But it means something very different in the ballroom scene.
Yeah, it does.
So let's just
get your facts straight.
Respect what they're doing over there.
And the thing is, the ballroom scene, it's actually a culture, but I feel like we should get someone on the podcast to talk about it one day.
Yeah. We had Noah on.
We talked about it a long time ago.
Yeah, that was.
So go back, if you haven't already, go back to the episode and listen. It's in our early days. We
don't even remember what episode it is.
No, it's in our early days.
We've been doing this for how long now?
We're 149 episodes. 149.
Yeah.
149 episodes deep. No, it's going to be 4 years in September.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
I was telling my mum the other day, it's going to be 4 years. I can't believe it's been 4 years.
Has it really, though?
We started in September 2019.
That is 4
20,
years.
21,
it's
4
4 years
23,
since I've started growing my hair.
20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, yeah.
It's
been 4 years.
Yeah. Girl. That is a fucking long time.
This has been a marriage.
It's been a marriage. This has lasted longer than any relationship I've been in.
Same.
So yeah, that's absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been mad still.
Yesterday my colleagues were like, because basically one of my colleagues, she was like, "Oh, you're my fave to me," and they were like, "She's only your fave because she's like a cat." And I was like, "What the hell does that mean?" And they were like, "Because sometimes you want to be loved and sometimes you don't want to be loved," and basically my colleague likes that or something like that. I was like, oh my God, this is the most accurate comparison like ever.
Yeah.
Like, I was triggered. The reason why I was triggered wasn't because they know that I'm a cat. The reason why I'm triggered is because I'm just like, oh my God, because sometimes I like people, sometimes I don't. When it comes to the whole family situation, me having a family, I can't say one day I don't want to talk to my family.
No, you can't. Them kids are for life.
And then I kept on spiraling. And then I was thinking, you hear those stories of like a parent just walking out one day they just wake up and they walk out.
Yeah.
And they don't see the child
for
like 20
years.
Day
26.
Oh my God. I saw a video. I can't remember his name, but he was a Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, that one.
He walked out on his family.
Yeah.
Because he said he can't do it.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if
he's got like 4 kids.
Mm-hmm. From being a loving father, obviously love was conditional to saying, yeah, I choose me, bye.
How can you do that?
People are crazy in this world. But do you know what? Every single day, I'm just reminded that people are weird. There's always something that happens every single day that reminds me that people are weird.
But I'm scared I would do that. I'm actually scared. I can do it because, and you know it. That's why you know that. Like, I can actually do that. Like, obviously, my ex called me a flight risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That sounds a bit accurate. Yeah. Same as a cat.
Yeah. You know how cats, did you see your tweet? I saw a tweet the other day. This girl was like, oh, my cat's just like, I walk past my cat every day. She just ran away one day and she's gone to someone else.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw that. I saw that. But even my ex, yeah, from like a couple years back, she had a cat, and the cat just went missing. Simba left. Simba left, and Simba was gone for like a good couple months, like good 6 to 9. I keep saying 6 to 9 months today. A good 6 to 9 months, maybe even a year, yeah. And then we came back home one day and we saw Simba. It was 6 to 9 months. We weren't together for that long, but yeah, we saw Simba.
I don't want to be Simba.
You might be Simba, yeah. And Simba was just chilling outside the house, like, but Simba didn't want to come into the house. Simba was happy where they were. Like, see, cats cannot be trusted. I wouldn't have a cat because one day they're just not gonna love me.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, but the thing is, they're not like dogs. They're not. Dogs want love all the time. Cats are so stush. Like, 1 minute they want to be on your lap, the next they don't want you to touch them.
I need something in the middle, like a goldfish, because goldfish are always there. There's not too high maintenance.
Tank. I mean, you gotta hug it. You gotta hug.
They're trapped with me.
You can't hug a goldfish though. You can't be like all on the goldfish.
True. But I'm not really.
But you like
apart
dogs
from
now.
Elephant. I mean, I do like. Yeah, I do. Yes, true. I do like dogs now. I do.
After that dog that looks like a teddy bear.
I need a dog to look like a teddy bear. If it looks like I can't have the Rottweiler. I'm so sorry. I can't have. Dogs are gonna be slobbering, dribble everywhere. No. I spend too much on skincare for a dog to be licking it off.
Yeah, the whole licking, and that's the thing about animals. Like, we didn't grow up around animals. Like, we didn't like, it's not really part of. So I just wouldn't. I can't have an animal sleeping in my bed. I just can't have it. I used to date one girl, and she had a cat, and this cat would like, when every time I stay over, the cat would come and sit on my chest and be purring. Why are you?
When you're sleeping in bed?
When I'm in bed, why are you here? Why are you here?
It does happen though. Even before, it's always people that I've dated. I was seeing some girl, very brief situation, and
I think I know who this is.
Yeah, her cat was just in the bed with us. When I woke up in the morning, I saw something was touching my foot. I said, "Hey!" It was a cat. I'm so sorry, but no, I don't want to like beings in the bed with me.
The queers do like animals. They love cats.
They do, and somehow I've never been in it. Well, actually, I lied. I've been in a relationship with someone who's got a cat. But I haven't been like in an adult relationship with anyone with a cat. Well, I've only been in one adult relationship, to be fair.
Do you think you would get an animal for Amy?
She does. She's kind of flipped between wanting a cat and a dog. She doesn't like cats anymore, so she wants a dog. But I kind of feel she doesn't like dogs that much.
Right.
So I don't know why she wants a pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably right. She probably doesn't really want it.
No.
Okay, fine.
But I do feel But do you know what? I do see the attraction to having a dog because they do love you. Do you know what I'm saying? They actually a human's best friend. But then when I see weird stories in the newspaper that dog turned on them and chewed their newborn baby, I can't.
That doesn't happen often.
That is my biggest fear.
That doesn't happen often.
It's true. It doesn't happen often, but that is my biggest fear, that I will have a child and the dog just gets jealous and chews up the child. Like,
do you know what? When I do see newborn babies, like on the internet, when I see newborn babies next to animals, it does terrify me a little bit because I'm like, they could just like snap at any moment.
That's the only thing. And I do. This is no offense to dog lovers.
But some dogs are so sweet though. Like, they actually guard the baby.
Yeah,
like they actually guard.
I do like a pug.
Yeah,
I do like a pug.
Pugs are cute.
Yeah, pugs are quite cute. They're very ugly, but they're cute.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, we just went on a tangent talking about.
That wasn't part of the plan, guys.
That wasn't planned, but I'm a cat, so I'm just gonna continue to be triggered by that.
Gonna keep purring and then unpurring. Purring when you want, don't purr when you don't want.
I'm done. But yeah, I think. How are you though? Like, my face is freaking twitching. Just side of my face.
What?
I think I'm tired, but my face is twitching. It's getting on my nerves. Sorry, it's distracting me. Sorry. How are you feeling this week?
Do you know what? Do you know what? This week, I have to say, I have had quite a low week this week. I have, but I think it's because I've been off sick from work, and I just feel like because I'm out of my routine, that's the reason why. I have realized since going back to a full-time job, I've realized just how much I like routine.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've still been waking up at the same time. I wake up at 5 o'clock to go to work. I still wake up at 5 o'clock, and
that's good though.
Yeah, like it's been cool, but yeah, I'm still a bit sick.
Oh yeah, you are sick. I just feel like you're always sick. And
yeah, I am in it. I always do have a cold, don't I? Or some sort of flu.
Yeah,
I just get the flu jab. I know that they say don't get it. Brother told me if I get it, I'm gonna get diabetes or something like that. But I've been having. My brother is one of them people.
He's sound like Chanel.
Yeah, he's one of those. Don't get any jabs.
So he didn't get the vaccine then. for COVID?
He did.
He did.
After all that chatting, he did.
He probably wanted to
Because he wanted to go on holiday. That's why.
he wanted
that's
to
why he
travel.
got it. And you know what? I don't want no one to be saying things like, "Oh yeah, you didn't need to get it," because people got it is why then now we have to get it. Don't
exactly because it's herd community.
Do you know what I'm saying? Some
stuff.
people had to sacrifice ourselves for you guys.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get into that vaccine whether you should. That's not.
Apparently, we don't need to use our NHS thing.
No, when I went to Thailand, I didn't need to. I downloaded it, but I didn't need it.
Oh, okay. Because I had pre-downloaded this because I didn't want any problems. Because you know when
Malta.
my mum went to Ghana.
Yeah,
she had to have it.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, I don't want any problems. But now it's.
I think
it's the end. It's the end.
I think it's just the Ghana thing. I think it depends on the country,
right?
Because Thailand didn't ask for nothing. Malta is not going to ask for anything.
But apparently they're getting rid of the whole NHS app thing.
Oh, it's already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of them's gone anyway. It went out. I saw some notification the other day. But yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
But listen, but other than that, apart from being out of my routine, and getting me a bit low, I've been fine. I've been fine. How about you?
I'm all right. I've been working like a working man. As per. Tired. That's why my face is twitching. And yeah, that's about.
My do-rag is really tight.
Your do-rag's tight.
It's really tight.
I think you should loosen it. Yeah,
but it needs a tight look for the cameras and the lights.
Fine. Yeah, fine. Speaking about Malta, so today Ro was like, we should do an MFM,
but lesbian
edition. And for those of you that don't know what an MFM is, it's a threesome with 2 men and a woman, and basically the men don't interact sexually.
Yeah. I would like to do that with one of my friends in Malta. Like, I would like to have an MFM with me and one of the lads and a very beautiful, well-endowed woman in the middle.
Well-endowed.
It's well-endowed. Can you use that for women?
I don't know. They usually use it for men.
It's for men, isn't it?
But I guess...
whatever the women's version of well-endowed. Yeah. A beautiful baddie in the middle of me and one of the lads. So we will be the M's. Mask, femme, mask. Instead of male, female, male, mask, femme, mask. I want to have one of them in Malta.
The fact that it's specific.
Because it's not going to happen in this country. So it has to happen abroad. And
it's like more likely to happen abroad.
It's more likely to happen abroad. But yeah, I want to have one of those.
Right.
I just think it'd be really sexy. I had a dream about it. One of them was me and one of the lads.
Do you want to say which one it is?
Jean. It was me, Jean, and a woman in the middle. Obviously, this woman is quite faceless. They were just a person, a figure. And we had a really good time with the MFF. So FMFM, So I'm trying to do that.
Okay. Sure.
But I'm celibate though. So how do we go? Where do we go from here?
Well, you're gonna have to end your celibacy.
Well, we can't turn celibacy on and off.
Well,
says the celibacy God.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that you let me know in it because you're the one who was like, yeah, you can't turn it on and off. What
I'm gonna do? It's gonna happen, but it's just gonna have to happen at another time. Maybe like next year or the year after.
So you're continuing the celibacy?
Yeah, I'm continuing my celibacy. Yeah,
for the year.
I'm gonna try to. Yeah. Discipline.
Sure.
The whole reason I'm being celibate is for discipline and for what's the other reason again? For discipline, for healing, and also I just want to be really picky about who I'm giving my energy to, like in my sexual energy and stuff like that too. I think before, if I was like attracted to someone, I'll have sex with them, but really truly attraction is not enough. And I think I just need to be a bit more picky because do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I absolutely agree. Am I picky? Do you think I'm picky?
Yeah. More picky than me.
Okay, I'm a little bit picky. But do you know what? Because it's not just sex. It comes with just having to be around this energy, like this person's energy.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not just sex. So just being bath is not enough to just like,
no.
We should have sex.
Oh yeah, and the other reason is because for boundaries.
Boundaries. Yeah. That's so true. Do you want to know what I think? I don't think your celibacy is gonna last much longer. That's what I think.
I've been on the burner, guys. I've been on the burner Twitter. And
I've seen your tweets.
It's been making me hot.
I've seen your tweets.
You see my tweets?
I've seen your tweets. Yeah. So I don't think your celibacy is going to last that much longer.
I think
It's gonna happen. It's gonna end quite soon.
It might.
Yeah.
It might, but I'm gonna be really, really, really selective on. There's no point in just fucking anyone. I have to be really selective on who is gonna get these. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I hear that. And the MFM, it seems like people are down to be in this.
It seems like they are.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, I feel like, do you know, I feel like we could just, this is how it happened in my dream, yeah? So me and Jean went up to somebody and we just didn't even speak. We just gave them the eye contact and the energy and she just melted in our arms and we went back to our hotel in Bora Bora in Malta, in St. Julian's, and we had our way with said person and had the time of our lives, and they had the time of their life too. And everything was very consensual.
That's so interesting. Was this inspired by anything?
I just think I'm horny.
All right, yeah. that explains it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my libido is libidoing. And I think that's the reason why, to be honest with you. But
I think that would be fun. So
yeah, if it does happen, I'm not gonna come on the podcast and tell them though.
I was just about to say that you would. I was just about to say we will update you.
No, we're not gonna update you. I'm so sorry. If you want to update, use the hashtag Suits Podcast and Conversation on Twitter and share this damn podcast if you want to update.
Want to hear about the MFM Malta story? Use the hashtag. Let us know.
And big up everyone who uses the hashtag. Big up Paula. Big up you.
Yeah, big up Paula. Paula always listens. Paula always uses the hashtag. Has tweets about it. I love that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so my face is twitching.
So I wanted to talk about this. I feel like as masculine presenting women, we're always like talking about like being gentle women and just being a provider figure in our relationships. Yeah. And I am currently in my soft girl and small spoon era and I am absolutely having a fucking good time.
Yep.
And I just want to talk about that. From being in relationships where I'm always the one paying, I'm always the one making all the effort, I'm always the one cooking, I'm always the one doing all this stuff. Yeah. It feels
feels
like
good.
So good for somebody else to cater to me. And you know what? It's not just physical things, because I think when you cook for somebody, there's a certain love and care you put in the food. Yeah. And there's a certain like, when you do something for somebody, you are like, you're just taking care of them.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be taken care of. Like, I can't tell you how many massages I've received this year. Like, compared to in the past years, how many I could count then, And that is a good thing for me. That is a really, really good thing for me. And I'm just in my soft girl era and there's nothing wrong. I think before I thought I felt emasculated or something like that. Yeah,
if you were to, request or demand like a soft, experience.
We should be able to be soft in our situations. Yeah. I keep saying I'm not dating, but there is somebody there. We're not dating, but we're not quite platonic either. And she has just created such a soft environment for me, to be soft and to be comfortable in that softness and not feel like, because I think sometimes some femmes fell in validating that about you. Like they say things like, oh, if you wear makeup and stuff, like, I'm not gonna find you attractive no more. And then there's a lot of things that you kind of associate femininity, you don't want to bring into that space because they're all of a sudden not going to be attracted to you anymore. And I think being soft is one of those things. Yep. So like, just to know that all of my attributes of who I am, my identities and masculinity and my femininity can still exist all together. And for someone to give it,
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. I think, do you know what? Like when I came out, I felt like I was too soft. Like I always felt like I was too soft for a femme, because like back in the day, like I think you said somebody asked us if we're bad bitches gays. Did someone ask us?
Someone said someone called us bad bitches gays.
But I mean, that was our era, right? And like when we was like coming out and coming up in the gay scene. And like during that time, this was like 2010, 2011, I was mostly femme then, and I was kind of like exploring. But when I go into the spaces, it was very binary. It was very stud, and it was very just femme, stud and femme, stud and femme. and I didn't fit into any of those categories.
Mhm.
But I've always been attracted to femininity. So like when I always felt like I was too soft for femininity. I remember my first girlfriend. She was it was like I used to wear makeup at the time. She's just like, yeah, she likes studs, or you know, she doesn't like girls that wear makeup. So why? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Why are you here then? Do you know what I mean? And I think you're right. Like, I think because of what I remember, one of your exes, our mutual, she was like to me, I would never date anyone more femme than me. Like, because I want to be the princess. I want to be the princess in the relationship. I want to be the femme. What about us?
We're also princesses too. We are the prince in the cess. Like, we actually are. And we deserve we just deserve to be like treated not as women. Like, I just want to say, like, it's just very, these are women loving women situations, right? However you choose to show up in a loving women situation, whether that's as a trans person or as a non-binary person or a cisgendered person, whoever we are and how we show up, I believe the fact that it's women loving women is called that. There's a certain level of equality in that, and it should reflect in the relationship. Yeah. Even if one person is cool with pain all the time, the other person should be cool with doing something else for that person as well, vice versa. Like, you should just both show up and give equally. Yeah. You can give different things, but you should both be giving. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, especially in my last relationship, the other person wasn't really giving much. And when you and it just creates a toxicity, I think.
It creates resentment.
It creates resentment. I 100% had a lot of resentment towards the end of that relationship just because of how much I was giving. I felt like I was giving everything I could give. And because I wasn't receiving much back, it felt like maybe it's not enough. Yeah. And that person definitely wasn't giving them as much as they could give, as much as they say they might have been, they weren't. So, like, for me, yeah, you both have to show up. You just both have to show up and give something. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It might not be the same thing, but you need to give something. But whatever you are giving, it should be whatever your partner wants to receive or needs to receive. Yeah. Like, you have to just cater to your partner's
But
needs.
This is what I'm saying, because I think, like, on the anonymous thing, somebody asked me, like, what is your best quality? And I said, you're able to love people how they need to be loved. And that's really, really important, because I think, like, obviously everyone's different, and so, like, everyone has different needs, or everyone, you know, receives loves in different ways, or needs love, you know, different types of love or whatever. And I think that sometimes it's hard when you're in a relationship, but I think that's something that you're able to see and you're able to give. Do you know what I mean? Like, but not everyone's able to do that. They will love you how
they feel comfortable loving you,
or they will love you how they want to be loved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's not always the right thing. So I think that, but I think in my relationship, it was a little bit more equal in terms of, like, just the care that was taken was very reciprocal, and it was very equal. Obviously, I always spend more money. That just happens as a gentlewoman.
I don't think I mind. I don't think I mind spending more money, but I need you to show up in a different way as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think at the moment, this person, things are, I think she, I've got so much details, but things are better. I would say that there's more of a balance. There's a balance that I prefer. And if I were to start dating this person properly, or if I were to start going into a relationship with this person, because I think I show up less than she does at the moment, but that's because I'm not ready to date. So I'm not giving to dating to a situation I'm not dating. Yeah. So, like, if I was to date this person, I would show up more, but I still think it would be pretty equal. It would be quite equal, and I just think I'd be comfortable showing up. I would be comfortable paying for everything because that person, is doing
they're
something.
Gonna show up for you. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think you don't mind when, you know, the person shows up for you in different ways, because 100% I was definitely, like, taken care of, like, I would say, and so I didn't really mind too much. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's always been a thing where, like, we like to be gentlemen. That's just what it is. Like, we do enjoy it. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it's toxic. I don't know if it comes from, like, you know, heteronormative shit. Probably does. Do you know what I mean? We are products of our environment. Okay,
yeah, we just are.
Just leave us alone. Okay?
And the environment, unfortunately, is trying.
Yeah,
it's not gay as much as you lot think it's gay.
That's just how we grew up.
They shoved and straightened us down our throats.
I mean, but we grew up in heteronormative spaces. Our parents are heterosexual. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
that's just what we've grown up seeing. So obviously that's gonna impact us. As I said, we're a product of our environment. It is what it is. But I think that in terms of like gender roles, sometimes it is a bit too much. And I do think because of the girls that we usually go for, it just is that, like, it becomes this heteronormative, like, okay, you're the mass person, you wear boxers, so you do this, you do this.
Do you think your type exists in the UK in lesbian?
No.
No. Or in bi? I don't think my type exists in bi or lesbian.
No, because I'm gonna say this and people are gonna get at me, but the bis are gonna be with the guys.
That's why it doesn't exist here.
Yeah, they're gonna marry guys.
Yeah.
The baddie bis.
The baddie bis
are going to marry men. And don't come for me, because I know you lot like to tussle. Don't come for me.
But that means you're saying that the baddies that go for the bis that go for women are baddies. I'm screaming.
I didn't say that. But take what you want from what I said. Yeah, and then the so I don't think really my type exists in lesbian.
I don't think my type exists in the UK. My type doesn't exist. Okay, my type doesn't exist in this country in somebody who's gonna just settle down with a woman. That's what I'm gonna say. My type doesn't exist. I think it does exist in places like Canada, places like America. Even in Ghana, I've seen some. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it exists here in this London for me.
This London is really interesting as well. I just find it really. I don't know if it's because it's small. I mean, yeah, London is small. You might turn around and someone you know is with your ex. Ex with somebody that you know.
Just fucking your ex, yeah. Can happen.
I mean, I had a situation where one of my exes had kissed someone.
Oh,
and that I knew.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, wait a minute. And I had to confront the situation because I just feel like it's a respect thing. Like, have some fucking respect. Especially with do you know what I mean? There's levels to the disrespect. I agree. There's levels to disrespect, but when it's somebody that is a mutual, somebody that you know, I think we spoke about it with Richie Brave. Like that's when it's a bit too much for me. Like I don't want to know the person that you're dealing with.
Do you know what I think? I think me and Nana, me and you have this issue. I think we care about other people's proximity too much. Like I feel like we are too loyal. We're just too loyal. Like we wouldn't date an ex of one of our associates, for example. They're not our closest friends. They're not our closest circle of friends. But because we have a certain mutual respect there, we wouldn't cross that by dating our exes. But I think both of us both know that respect that we've had is not given to us as well. It's not reciprocated the same way as well. And so I think that me and you have to kind of analyze, like even people, we wouldn't even date people that just follow our exes. People just that they wouldn't know our exes personally, but they might be on a high and by basis. I'm gonna speak for myself. For a long time, if I find someone attractive and I realize that they know my ex or something, I think they're out of bounds. I don't think so anymore. That's not something that I would care about anymore, just because I think social media is fake. Yeah, and so closing your boundaries because of following and stuff like that is a bit silly. And because of other things I've experienced as of lately, yeah, I wouldn't. But yeah, I just feel like you're too loyal. I think that London is really small enough, and I don't think that we should necessarily close our dating pools just because we know their ex. Do you know what I'm saying? Or just because we're on a high and by basis with somebody. Like we shouldn't have to do, and we have been. London is too small to be doing that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got a point there. You know, you do got a point. And I don't understand. I don't know, because we're like mostly in the. I mean, we date, like, we're queer in the LGBT community, whatever. I don't know how this, like, I wonder what it's like with the straights, like how they maneuver, how they navigate, like, dating, if there's like mutuals involved or there's like exes.
I know different people have dated different people and they still go out and smile up in each other's faces. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like maybe initially especially if they're quite close in proximity, and maybe if one of them is like a recent ex, they might be like, raw, like you're dating my ex. That might be like a weird vibe. But like, even look at like one of our friends who's having a baby for somebody, and like was cool with his other baby mum. Do you know what I'm saying? Like these things happen, and they just have to get over it.
You have to grow up.
Because what Richie was saying, what you're blocking me from catching love.
It's true, you know.
Do you know what I mean? Because we're on a high and by basis.
Yeah, it's so true.
Like, how are you even?
If I don't have your number in my phone, it's like, it shouldn't be.
But even saying that, because like this babe that I've dated twice. Remember, I was seeing her when I went to Ghana last time, and I've come back because she's seeing one of my peers, one of our peers, and they're now in a relationship.
Yeah.
I had her number.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I've got her number, but
she had.
And the thing is, she had my number, and she could have said, "Oh, you know what, boom." And the thing is, yeah, I don't care. I don't care about it. But there wasn't that mutual respect. Wasn't there to be like, "Yo, boom, I know that you two, but I like her." What are you saying? That mutual respect wasn't there. We just act like it hasn't happened. It's a bit of an elephant in the room, I guess. And yeah. So my loyalty for everyone who isn't my friend just doesn't exist anymore. If you're not my friend, your ex babes is not out of bounds now.
I mean, that's so fair. That's absolutely fair. And I think like with guys especially, like as we said previously, like their ex is not out of bounds. Their exes are not out of bounds at all. Like the guys that we know, because they will do it to you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Even the guys who are my bedrooms,
yeah, they would.
Yeah. For me, out from personal experience, yeah, like the guys in my life who they'll even be liking every single story of you and your babes when you were together, but then they'll be fucking them when afterwards. So from personal experience, I'm so sorry if you're a guy in my life. I don't care, because I don't think they don't care. Cis-het men really take our relationships that seriously. I think that out of respect for us, when we're in it, they have respect for it while we're in it. But when it's done, they don't give a fuck. There's a bit of a lack of respect because we are in women-loving women relationships. There's a bit of, I don't take it that seriously.
Yeah, because it's rooted in homophobia. I don't
100%.
Because as much as guys, yeah, they are quite a little bit progressive now. Like especially the guys that we have in our lives, or we were having our vicinity, but it's not like they treat women loving relationships the same as male loving male relationships, because they're homophobic to the guys.
No,
and I think they allow it with us, but still when it comes down to it, they think it's wrong.
Yeah,
so they don't care.
Like I want to date somebody, and one of our closest friends was like, "Oh, what are you saying? Should I go on a date with her too?" Like, what are you asking me? You wouldn't ask one of your boys that. Do you know what I'm saying? That because I'm your female friend, you have the cheek to come and ask me.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing is, I've told them this person still shows interest in me, yeah. And they were like, "Oh, like, so if I just send her DM, what's she saying? Why are you asking me that? You wouldn't ask me that. So what? None of us should be asking me that. Do you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to men, like I don't. My male friends, whether you're a close friend of mine, you have to be my family before I don't go there.
A brother.
That's before I don't go there.
Bloodline brother.
You have to be that. But if it's just like you're one of my friends, I'm just not dumb in thinking that there's a certain level of homo tolerance that you have. There's only a few guys. There's one guy friend. He's even queer, so there's no point.
Yeah, well, that's different. If he's not cis-het, then with the cis-het guys, we definitely know that they don't give a shit. Like they don't care. They will date your babe after.
Yeah, they will date your babe afterwards.
They were 100%. Even if you're close, even if you're like boys, they friends, whatever, they will do it because they don't have any respect.
100%.
And so at this point, let's all reciprocate the disrespect. Purr.
Okay, I just want to say, guys, I appreciate all the support we get on this podcast, yeah. But what you're not gonna do is weaponize my podcast against me.
Right.
What you're not gonna do is, if I tweet something that you don't like the way I worded it, yeah, to now come and say to me, I look up to you so much because I listen to your podcast, because that's very disingenuous. That's to say that, your support for the podcast is conditional on how satisfied I am of you. And that's not what we're gonna do, baby girls and boys and theys and thems. We're not gonna do that. That's not what we're gonna do. So And my DMs are always open for people to correct me, to come and talk to me, and But what you're not gonna do is do it off the back of someone being insulting to me, or you're not gonna do that off the back of someone being disingenuous, and you're not gonna do it off the back of a pylon either, because I'm also a human being. And I have boundaries. So what you're not gonna do is that, because it's disingenuous.
Because guess what? Blocker.
Because I will block. Yeah. I will block and I'll block and I will block. I don't care if it means that, like, I don't care if it means that I will lose followers for this podcast, because my sanity is what is my number one priority, because I can't show up anywhere else in life if my sanity is not there. Do you know what I'm saying?
We love this podcast. We adore this podcast. We're grateful that we're able to do it. We're grateful that we have an amazing following and supporters and stuff like that. However, that does not mean, and I know you, like, people listen to us every week. It's so funny because one of our listeners, he's also an ex-colleague of mine, they're non-binary, they saw you out the other day and they were like,
they saw me?
Yeah, they saw you out and they messaged me. They were like, oh my God, I really wanted to say hi to Ro. I didn't even ask them. I really want to say hi to Ro, but I just realized that she doesn't know me. And I was like, oh, you should have said hi. And they were like, oh, she was on the phone. And I was like, oh, fine. But they're great. They love the podcast and they listen. They were like, they don't know me. I realized that they don't know me. So it's going to be a bit weird if I say hi or whatever.
People say hi,
and like people do say hi, but then they were also like, I know, like, more about their sex life. And then I was laughing about it. I was like, yeah, it's so mad how we just put everything out there. But my point is that you may think you know us because you listen to the podcast and we talk so freely and we're so open, and which is great. We love to share our experiences, but at the same time, there definitely needs to be like a boundary, like, because we, at the end of the day, like, we don't know people, we don't know the people that listen to this podcast, not everyone anyway, and there needs to be a boundary. Like, you can't use this podcast to weaponize, you can't use this podcast to weaponize anything against us. Like, you can't.
No, you can't. And I just want to say, like, this is the most listened to Black LGBT podcast in the UK. Yeah, I just want to let you know, we put a lot of work for us to be that, and when we say we put a lot of work to do it, we give a lot of ourselves to do it too. Yeah, like a lot of our experiences, a lot of our emotions, like we show up when we're sick to be here. So you need to offer us a bit of grace, and the podcast doesn't pay us enough to even pay that many of our bills for us to receive that much stress. At the same time, we're here because it's a space that we're willing to have for our community. We're here because we want to give that space. We want to enjoy that space with you guys. So, like, work with us. If we say something wrong, work with us and not against us, because this podcast don't pay us enough to get no insults from none of you.
It's true. And the thing is, like, although this podcast is an LGBT podcast, we're still learning things. Like, we're not gonna get things correct all the time. There definitely needs to be a bit of grace. If you're somebody that listens to the podcast and somebody that we've been around physically, like, then you will know what we are like, really. Do you know what I mean? Then you will know, like, if we deserve grace or not. Like, and we do. Like, we do.
And the thing is, when you do things like that, you silence a voice within our community. Like, we're two people, but we do have a voice within our community. Whenever things are happening, whenever there's like injustice is behind us, we're going to be on the front of the picket line. Whenever that Ghana stuff was happening, we was at the Ghana embassy. Do you know what I'm saying? We're gonna show up physically, not just for content. We're gonna show up physically for our community. We're gonna talk on things that need to be spoken about. And the more, if you police the way we order the words in order because you don't like it, you silence us, and then there is no voice. Do you know what I'm saying? There is no one speaking up for Black trans women or Black trans men or non-binary people or mask people or femmes or lesbians or gay. There's just none. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? You silence each other. So I think our community in general needs to be more friendly to each other, because you silence each other when you go up bump heads.
And the thing is, we should be allowed to also ask fucking questions. Like, I'm just not good. We ask questions because so that we can learn things. Like, I'm just not gonna take something, like something that you said. I want to know more. I want to explore it. I want to talk about it. I want to understand it. Like, that's why we have conversations. That's why we have a podcast. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, you can't try and silence us and say you don't have the range and all this stuff. We're very capable of understanding things. We're very capable of a conversation.
You can't say we're in an insufferable stage of healing because you think you know us. Nah, baby girl, who do you know? Yeah, just because you listen to the podcast, it doesn't mean you know us personally. And the thing is, I don't want to come in here and say that because I do want it to feel like listening to some best friends. I want it to sound like your besties on the microphone. But remember that just when you feel like messaging us privately some bullshit, just remember that you don't know us.
Don't be too overfamiliar.
Don't be too overfamiliar because we are individuals at the end of the day. And I'm somebody's mother. I'm gonna talk to you like I talk to my child, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to everybody.
And then also remember you lot's ages as well. Like what annoys me too is just like there's just like a good 10 years. Do you know what I mean? Between, you know, us and these people, a good 10 years.
There's sometimes more than like 10 years.
20, 21, and to me, like
we don't know what you know. We're from a different generation.
I did feel really, really old. I did feel really, really old, but also there needs to be a level of respect. Just have respect for people that are older than you as well. Like, I just think that's because that's how I grew up. I don't know how you lot.
I don't know how they're growing up these days.
I don't know how you are growing up these days.
Respect your elders is not a thing anymore.
It's not, I guess not. I guess fucking not, because I would never, like, I was always respectful to my elders just because of that. Like, but it just seems like Gen Z are just on some next shit and do that over there.
And the thing is, when we say respect your elders doesn't mean we're silencing you guys, by the way. Come and talk to us.
Come correct.
Become correct. Do you know what I'm saying? Come correct. Come in love.
Yeah.
Don't come in no bullshit. What we have life experience. We can smell the bullshit from a mile off. You can't trick me.
Yeah, you cannot trick me.
You cannot trick me.
Like,
so I wanted to say that because not to be harsh or nothing like that, but just because I'm in my year of setting boundaries, and I think that one of the boundaries I do need to set is from strangers on the internet, because if someone sends me a dilemma, I don't mind responding. If someone's like, I've given my number to strangers before because I can't send a voice note on Twitter.
I've had a 30-minute call with somebody that I did not know because they DM'd me a dilemma, and I took time and I was just like, oh, like, give them a call.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To give them advice, to help them out. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's...
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, so just give... And the thing is, when you do stuff like it's very, very thankless. It's sometimes some people send a long-ass dilemma. We'll send long DM back. You wouldn't even get a message back to say thank you. It happens all the time. We always give people our time. So I just want to say... just for that boundary, because you don't know what me and Anna are going through. Do you know what I'm saying? Just because we come up here and we're here every single week, and you think somebody even said that we don't have trauma. Like, listen, one thing about me, I'm not in the business of trauma bonding.
Yeah.
So the people that need to know my trauma know my trauma. Like, but I'm not in the business of trauma bonding. Yeah. Just because that bond is very, very baseless. I believe trauma bonding is very baseless because once someone heals from that trauma,
what did they have?
Then you have nothing left. When somebody heals and no longer wants to keep talking about their trauma all the time, there's nothing left.
No substance.
There's no more substance. Like, when somebody always falls off and somebody falls left behind.
Because the foundation is trauma.
Exactly. I just think trauma bonding, you have to be very careful with trauma bonding, and a lot of it happens within our community, and it becomes sometimes this trauma bonding Olympics, like who's got the most trauma and all this stuff. But like, what really brings our community together is joy. Yeah. And I just feel like that is lost. It's been lost along the way somewhere.
It has been lost. Do you know what? And I just, like, as much as these are real lives, I know our experiences, I know the things that LGBT people go through. It's real life. It's real. And we go through some adversities, and do you know what I mean? And I understand that. But sometimes people take things way too seriously. Like, relax, chill. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do really, really want to focus on that joy a lot, because a lot of the time it's always a negativity because we're going through so much. It's not every fucking day. Like, I don't want to have to deal with that negativity all the time.
Don't want to, because we're not going to come to the podcast. It's not going to be fun anymore.
No, it's not. It's not going to be fun. But this is what you people enjoy. You enjoy the banter. You enjoy, because obviously we talk about real shit, but it's funny as well. It's jokes. This is what you want. Like,
we don't have to be here.
No, we don't.
This is Friday night right now. And I was very much tucked in my bed. Right. But I had a shower and come paid to be here with public transport to come sit here and record. And I love doing this. I love it. Like, I do it. I continue to do it every single week because I love to do it. What I don't love is toxicity in my inbox. We're not going to do that. Like I said, my sanity is more important than anything else.
Yeah, 100%.
In this world. So we're not going to do that.
100%. But we love you guys anyway. We love you guys. We love the listeners. We love the interactions. We love creating a space, creating a platform. Yeah, we just love all of it, and we're just grateful to be here as well.
Grateful to be here. And I finished my auntie rant.
Do you know what? I never felt so old last week. I've never felt so old.
I'm embracing it now. You know, I'm an auntie.
Yeah,
I'm definitely an auntie. I've reached auntie stage. I'm going to be 33 in September.
Yeah,
I am an auntie, and I love that for me. I'm embracing it. I'm just embracing a lot of who I am, and I'm not trying to show up to be cool.
Do you know what? I think it's because we look young that people think they can be saying anything anyhow.
Yeah, maybe. And because they see us in the same spaces.
Yeah.
I mean,
but the thing is, it's so crazy because even though we do events and stuff, or we did do events, we will continue. It's mostly young people that come, and obviously younger people are younger than us. But it's like we're creating the space for them because they don't have it. It's not really for us because more people our age are at home.
Yeah.
With their children.
Yeah. I think that you can kind of figure out that we are givers.
Yeah.
From all the things we talk about, from our relationships, I think it's obvious that we are both givers. So when we say we're giving to the community and stuff like that, like that's literally coming from the bottom of our hearts. Like it's just something that we really want to do. We want to create that space. We want to see people smile. Like we want to do it for the younger versions of ourselves.
That's the reason why we started this podcast in the first place. It wasn't like, it wasn't on no like, we want clout or we want to be visible. I never ever wanted to be visible. I never.
Nana doesn't even have a Twitter account anymore.
I don't have a Twitter
account. When was the last time she uploaded on Instagram? Like she just it goes beyond clout.
Yeah,
it actually goes beyond clout.
It's not about that. Like it's actually because I didn't have this growing up. I didn't have this, and there was a lot of a confusion because I didn't see myself, and that's the reason why we do this podcast in the first place. Like it's maybe for the younger versions of ourselves, but essentially it's for the people who are coming up now.
Yeah, man.
You know. So
that's for Amariah's bedrooms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of her mates is trans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her mum has a queer podcast. How cool is that?
That's
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that it just goes bigger
it's bigger than us.
Fucking arguments on Twitter. It just really, really does. But I'm definitely gonna deactivate my Twitter again. I need it at the moment because I got some things coming up.
Yeah.
And I need it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I'm there. But
Twitter's a cesspit.
It is a cesspit. It's just very toxic. I just think people are too familiar. It breeds like a toxic familiarity with people.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to be about it anymore. Yeah. I just want to go where the love is.
Go where love is. That is actually like, you know, something that we say quite frequently, like go where love is, because that's important. You know, that's so important. Go where love is, and we continue to go where love is. Yes.
Also, just as a reminder, the We Us exhibition, they're actually having a talk on Friday the 26th. That's this Friday. At the exhibition at the Cinema Museum, and it's a conversation from an OG courts with Roman and the rest of the people that are part of the exhibition. It's an intergenerational conversation. It's for free, and I definitely think you should check out the page to go to that. The exhibition is also still on until early June. You've got like 2 or 3 weeks left to go and see that, so make sure you go and see it. Like I need to see more of you guys there. Like
it's so amazing. I haven't been yet. I think I will go. I think I will go because I've got some time to go before I go on holiday. Between my job ending, so I'm gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go. We need to see you guys there because obviously we don't have many of these things. Like we don't have many plays that are queer or like exhibitions that are queer and, you know, stuff like that. So when it does pop up, we need to support. So we're giving funding again for another one. So we have more. But there's another talk. It's called How We Survived the 80s, the Black lesbian scene, 80s to the 2000s. And there's a panel discussion about the Black lesbian scene predominantly in London. And that's on the 2nd of June at the Cinema Museum as well. So, and it's free as well. So please make sure we're going to put the link and everything in the description so you guys can go to that as well, because we love a talk. We love a panel discussion. We love all of that. And just seeing this year, I've seen, if people want to date, I've seen that there's a Black lesbian speed dating event on May.
Black lesbian?
What's the date today?
Did you say Black lesbian?
I just scrolled down and this is what I saw.
A Black lesbian?
What?
The picture. Sunday the 21st of May at 8 o'clock at the Square Pig.
Oh, that's this Sunday.
Oh. Black lesbian, 28 to 45.
Guys, you would have dunked it. If you are between 28 and 45, there is a speed dating event. on the 21st. It's on Eventbrite. The location
That is so interesting.
It's a Square Pig. I don't know if that's a restaurant or whatever, but it's from 8 p.m. So guys, go look at that if you want to go. If you're interested, I just thought I'd plug that. I don't know who the creators are. I don't know, but
Do they have an Instagram page, please?
Rosie's intrigued.
What's the Instagram page?
Let me see. They've actually posted women on here.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm looking too much. We'll figure this out after.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for holding it down with us while we had a little rant just now. Again, I just want to reiterate as well, we do love you guys. We love all the support and everything like that.
Yeah.
But in all things, it's just important to have boundaries, you know, just to protect us and protect yourselves. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in this week. Just make sure you hashtag Tutu's podcast and conversation on Twitter. We have a lot of exciting things coming up.
Things are coming.
You know when it's always Pride Month, they're coming. The
Yeah.
organizations are coming.
Yeah.
I just want to say, also don't do work for free, you know.
Don't work for free.
Don't work for free. I'm so sorry. But Pride Month is coming up, so we have a lot of exciting things coming up. So make sure you keep it locked, you get me?
Yeah.
And until next week,
Peace.